It's official. It's official. It's official, guys. I have great news to announce. What just happened? Well, it's official that the bottom is in. I repeat, there's a 90% chance the bottom is in. Why? Because Jim Cramer comes about today. So many people want to call a bottom. I think it is too early to do so. There it is. And there it is, guys. 90% of the times, he's on the wrong side of history. Okay? So he's most likely in the wrong. But he does get a few times correct calls. And I'm thinking, maybe perhaps the bottom is in. Right? The tariff news dropped today. People got panicked. People sold just before the weekend starts as well. Right? Stock market close. So more manipulation is going to take place, guys. Prepare for that. But yeah, the opposite. He's a contraindicator, guys. And everyone, look at this. Green people are happy. Right? The bottom is in. Thanks. Wow, he literally saved the crypto market because the stock market is closed. Or I guess it pertains to the stocks as well, right? When it does open on Monday. So yeah, he just single-handedly save all markets. Guys, just remember this tweet. If this is the bottom, this person is not to be played about, guys. Okay, because he obviously gets these calls. He obviously gets these calls on purpose, guys. Right? It's like that's the role he plays. And then he tweeted out, "Ready? This feels like to me the flood of liquidity is about to roll in, right? It's about to hit land heavy, which means money will be pouring in, guys. I don't know. Maybe the bottom is in, right? So we'll see what happens here. Oh, the one thing that I do know, the top is not in until XRP pumps. Okay, guys, listen very carefully. Not financial advice, please. I taste the video. The top of Bitcoin, the top of stocks are not in until XRP pumps dramatically. Okay, that's how I know we haven't topped yet. BlackRock knows that too, because BlackRock bought 4,000 Bitcoin today. They now hold 655,000 Bitcoin. Look at that. They're still buying on a buying spree like it's candy, right? That amount of Bitcoin is just insane, guys. Wow, right? Ridiculous. They're not stopping as well. Although prices did drop, right? Because due to fears of Trump. Guess what's happening? Here comes the whale, James Wynn. Okay, supposedly. So he ramped up. Remember, he's now at a $1.2 billion Bitcoin position, and he's longing. He is in a loss right now, in a negative. But his entry is 109K, guys. Okay, 109K. His liquidation is 105K about, but he did say that he has side money, right? Money on the side in case Bitcoin does drop near his liquidity levels, and then he will inject that money into the position so his liquidation price goes lower, right? So this person is still bullish, guys. I mean, I remember I used to be in crazy positions like December, January timeframe, right? This year. Wow, and like I literally couldn't look off the charts for any second, right? Ridiculous positions, but being in a $1 billion position, how? Like, you're probably on the 5-second chart. Not even joking, right? That's what I watch. Like, how are you even going to sleep, right? Because whenever I'm in a trade, guys, I cannot go to sleep. I have to look at it. Right? So I don't know how this person is doing it, to be honest, but this is just legendary, right? It's legendary. So the past month, this is for Bitcoin, by the way, right? He only has 2 long positions. For Pepe, he's still in the profit, but for Bitcoin in the loss. Though overall for the past month, right? He's in a profit, guys. It seems as. So not looking too bad at all, right? Looking amazing. Here's the thing, though. He says, the whales want me gone, right? This is the whale, guys. James Wynn. He says, the Bitcoin, these sharks or these whales and insiders, right? The market manipulators are pushing prices down like Bitcoin, so they get him out, right? And they get his liquidity. I'm actually rooting for him. I actually am, guys, right? Because I want him to take all their money. I want him to take the whale's money, guys, right? Because they always do it to retail. Okay, so I'm actually rooting for this person. Again, he's very bullish. I wonder what's going to happen here, but this is very scary. Oh my. Because right, I don't know, like Trump is in the know, probably helping the market makers push prices down. Just as today, what happened? Markets no longer take tariff threats at face value per Vanguard. So Vanguard is like, well, yeah, in the beginning of time, tariff talks was getting quite scary, but now throughout time it's getting less scary. That's what we talked about before as well, guys, right? Because it was a black swan event, but then the more talks about a certain subject or a certain thing for the economy, it comes down, right? Because now there's more certainty. So let's talk about Bitcoin. What's going on here? Well, here's my theory, guys, or not my theory. Here are my thoughts on what's going to happen with Bitcoin. So thus far, we have been correct, right? Remember, this range consolidation, it pumped, right? Beautifully held support. It almost went to the resistance line, which it will get there at some points, I do believe. It came back down, right? Whales are trying to go fishing here. There's support at this region. It's going to be very strong support, by the way. Very strong support at 106.5K, 106K. Okay, very strong support. So yeah, I guess we may range here. To be fair, we could just go like that, right? We'll see what happens. But thus far, we're above support. Very beautiful. Now, total spot Bitcoin ETF volume surpasses $4.5 billion today, right? Now, why are ETFs important? Because that's one of the pathways. It's actually the most dramatic gateway for money to flood in. And Brad Garlinghouse says, it's happening. Institutional access to crypto is accelerating. From the launch of XRP futures and ETFs on CME and NASDAQ just hit this week, it's clear the market is maturing and exposure to crypto is expanding. Right, so he's going to explain to us why ETFs are important, guys, and these types of products. Bitcoin already told us why. Because the money that these people have, right, it just can't, they're just not going to go through a centralized way. Like through a new way, which is the crypto way. They're going to go through the TradFi way, which are ETFs. So let's listen to this. Right, this ties into everything, every crypto out there, especially XRP, because now products are being launched, just like when Bitcoin was. It did.
I'm definitely hurt, but also excited that I was overlooked for years before being on here, but now here I am. Hi, I'm Brad Garlinghouse. This is Crypto in 1 minute. 1 minute on why are people excited about crypto ETFs. I think there's two main factors going on here. One is, for the longest time, institutional investors primarily trading on Wall Street, really haven't been able to access crypto directly. Their options were to either self-custody, onboard with an exchange, and some people don't like centralized exchanges for a whole host of reasons. So this was really the first time you had institutions be able to go on Wall Street and trade directly in crypto. This is an unlock for a couple reasons. For capital that couldn't come in, whether it's an endowment, whether it's a pension fund, even mutual funds that didn't or couldn't access crypto, now they can. The second thing is, it really is institutionalizing the entire industry of crypto. I think it should be no surprise that the Bitcoin ETF was the fastest ETF ever to get to $1 billion in assets. I think it passed 10 billion in assets faster than anyone as well. And today is, I think, we'll eventually close in on the gold ETF, and that's in 1 minute.
Yep. Money will be flooding in, guys. Please, we have to make it, right? I have hopes, I have dreams. We need to make it, guys, and we will, and they will help us achieve that dream. Right, it's his first time on crypto in a minute. That's why I'm like, where is he? Right, I've never seen him on there. But yeah, things are looking spectacular. Bitwise and UTXO predicts nation states and institutions to own 4.2 million Bitcoin worth $426 billion worth. Institutions are coming, and how will they go about buying all and gobbling up all this Bitcoin? Through ETFs, through TradFi, through exchanges, through open markets, through over-the-counter, right? All this money will be pouring in, guys. Look at that. So quite amazing, right? This is why we're going to be on an upward trajectory, literally, until the collapse. It's only one way, and that's up. Throughout us going to the end point, right? The finish line is up here. Well, there's going to be ups and downs, right? Like a roller coaster. Look at this. Boom. Amazing, guys. Now imagine, just wait a minute. I thought this was crazy. 4.2 million Bitcoin. Guys, if they buy all that Bitcoin is heading to millions of dollars. Literally. What's going on here? Right? Wow. They're saying the estimated inflows from nation states will be $161 billion from wealth management platforms. Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, $120 billion from public companies such as Strategy, Metaplanet, $117 billion from United States, U.S. states, 19 billion, sovereign wealth funds, 7 billion, and ad retail, another couple billion, right, throughout the whole world. Yeah, it's gonna get dangerous out there in a good way at some point in time, right? So why are people scared? You shouldn't be. Not at all, guys. From President Trump, he stated that Bitcoin will surpass gold. It's only a matter of time, right? Bitcoin is the new gold, they say, right? It's like the new store of value for the digital age, for the digital economy. In my opinion, it's truly XRP, but that's another topic for another day. But Bitcoin will surpass gold, which means market cap wise, right? What's gold? Like in the trillions, right? Bitcoin's almost there, just a bit more to go, right? Then it's gonna eat gold for, gold's market cap. Then when we see that, and when people actually think it's a safe haven asset, which I don't think it is, but let the market decide, more people will be flooding in, right? People who have their life savings all in Bitcoin. That's crazy, but if that's what the market thinks about how Bitcoin is a safe haven asset like gold, then that's what it is, right? Which means pumps will fasten or accelerate even quicker. So yeah, guys, things are looking amazing right now. Very volatile. Manipulation is occurring as we speak. Let's see what happens next. But I would just be prepared because we're not stopping until XRP pumps, no matter what the case may be. The bottom is in. Jim Cramer, we'll see. Not financial advice. But anyways, that's what face amazing is. See ya.